Winter, 1847. Montana Territory. A log cabin buried under 3 foot of snow. Smoke curling lazy from the chimney. Inside, a flathead woman named Swan, heavy with child, stirs a pot of venison stew. She don't hear the Crow war party until the door splinters. Arrows fly. Blood on the dirt floor. When her husband comes back from the trap lines 2 days later, he finds her scalped, gutted, the unborn baby cut out and left like trash. That husband is John Johnson, 6'2", 260 of raw muscle and rage. He buries what's left of his family under a cottonwood, picks up his Hawken rifle, and starts a 20-year war that will paint the Rockies red. They call him Liver-Eating Johnson for a reason. You're listening to Blood on the Saddle. True stories of the men who didn't just survive the West. They ate its heart out. I'm your host. Tonight, we talk about the Vengeance Trail with Liver-Eating Johnson. The mountain man who turned grief into a legend written in blood. Let's ride. Act 1. The Forge. Born John Jeremiah Garrison Johnson, July 1st, 1824, near Hickory Tavern, New Jersey. Grows up in a world of farms and fistfights. By 18, he's sailing on a whaler. Or maybe the Navy. Stories differ. But one thing's clear. He strikes a lieutenant who laid hands on him the wrong way. He deserts a ship in San Diego in 1843. Changes his name to Johnson. He heads inland, trapping beaver in the Sierra Nevada with men who smell like pine pitch and powder. He learns quick how to set a deadfall, skin a grizzly, read sign like a Bible. In 1845, he's in the Rockies, apprenticed to Old Hatcher, a grizzled trapper who teaches him the code. Trust your rifle, fear no man, and the mountains don't forgive fools. Johnson's big but quiet. He speaks soft, fights like thunder. One winter, in the Bitter Roots, he kills a Blackfoot raider hand to hand with nothing but a Green River knife. Cuts the man's bowstring necklace as a trophy. Word spreads. The big Swede, though he ain't Swedish, is one to ride the river with. Rendezvous at Green River. Meets Swan, a Salish woman from the Flathead tribe. She's tough, beautiful, and teaches him her language and how to smoke meat that lasts a Montana winter. They build that cabin on the Muscle River. Life's good for a season, until it ain't. Let's take a rifle break. Hold up, brother. Every man gets tested early. Johnson could have stayed east, punched a clock, and lived soft. Instead, he deserted. Reinvented himself in a land that kills the weak. When the world hands you chains, a bad boss, a safe job, a life that shrinks you, you break them. Ride west. Forge yourself in the cold. That's how legends start. Act 2. The Crucible. The murder breaks him, or remakes him. Johnson rides straight into Crow country. First kill, a lone scout on the Yellowstone. Shoots him from 300 yards. Cuts out the liver raw and eats it right there, or so the tale goes. It's an insult to the Crow belief. Eat the liver, steal the soul. Whether he did it every time or just wants to send a message, the name sticks. Dapiek Absaroka, Crow Killer. For 20 years he hunts them. One story, 1850s, captured by Blackfeet, allies of the Crow, tied in a teepee, guarded by a young warrior. Johnson overpowers him, scalps him alive, cuts off a leg for jerky. Myth or not, it's told around the campfires. He runs 200 miles naked through snow. He survives on that leg meat. Shows up at Jim Bridger's fort, looking like death warmed over. Civil War hits. Johnson scouts for the Union in '64, guiding wagon trains through Bozeman Trail. Fights Sioux at Powder River. One skirmish, he charges a war party alone. Kills 3 with his Bowie knife. Takes an arrow through the shoulder, but he keeps swinging. By 1868, the vendetta cools. Peace treaty with the Crow, or maybe he just gets tired. But the body count? Legends say 300. Historians say maybe 20. Either way, the Crows send assassins year after year. He kills them all. Moves to Montana. There he becomes a deputy sheriff in Colson in the 1870s. Big man with a badge now. Breaks up saloon fights with his bare hands. One night, he pins a rowdy miner to the bar and says, "Son, you swing at me again, and I'll feed you your own liver." Later, town marshal in Red Lodge, 1884. Keeps the peace in mining camps full of drunks and desperados. Let's take another rifle break. You feel that fire? Loss can destroy a man. It can also fuel him. Johnson lost everything that was soft in that cabin, and he turned it into a blade. When life guts you, job gone, woman leaves, dreams die. You got a choice. Curl up or cut back. Eat the pain. Use it. Become the thing they fear. Another truth, men. Vengeance, it has a cost. Johnson lived alone most of his life after Swan. No kids that stuck. Friends, few. You chase ghosts too long, you become one. Know when to bury the hatchet, or it'll bury you. Act 3, the cost and the crown. Last year's rough. Arthritis from old wounds. He lives in a cabin near Red Lodge, trapping a little, telling stories to wide-eyed kids. 1899, he checks into a soldier's home in Santa Monica, California. Dies January 21st, 1900. 75 years hard-lived. He was buried in a pauper's grave in Los Angeles. But in 1974, they dig him up, and they bring him home to Cody, Wyoming. Thousands watched the reburial. Robert Redford was a pallbearer, the man who played him in Jeremiah Johnson. The Reckoning. Listen up, brother. Liver-eating Johnson wasn't born a monster. The West made him one. He sailed ships, trapped furs, avenged his dead, scouted wars, and wore a badge. Ate livers or didn't, the legend's bigger than the fact. But here's the iron. In a world that takes everything, the strong man takes back. He don't whine. He acts. That's your blood, if you claim it. Grief to grit. Rage to respect. Next week, we drive the herd with the cowboy who built an empire on dust and determination, Charles Goodnight, the father of the cattle trail. Until then, stay hard, stay dangerous, and I'll see you on the trail.